Good morning, and welcome to Gray Man Walking. Today is Mother's Day, so I'd like to wish a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers watching, and especially for the mothers in my family. One of the things I've learned in life, and later in life, is just how critically important the role of mothers are. It's critically important for our children, for our families, and for our society. I didn't always realize just what a tough but important job it is. So, many thanks to the moms in our family for all you do, for all your support, for all your nurturing, for all your putting up with the craziness. We just wouldn't be what we are without you. So I started the trail a little early, but here's a few things I picked up along the way. Hope you enjoy. Happy Mother's Day. And thanks, BB. Alright, today is day 68. It's nice and cool this morning. I got a little bit earlier start. I started about 6. And I'm going to try for another maybe 18 miles today. I think I'll be crossing the James River footbridge, so that'll be pretty cool. You know, one of the things that I've noticed out here and noticed in other people's videos is that there's a lot of wild country out here. We tend to think of the east coast of the U.S. being very populated and developed. And at night, you can look down from these mountains and see lights and, civilizations out there. But when you're looking during the day, down on all these mountains, you just think about how wild it still really is. There's a lot of undeveloped territory out here. Too hazy to tell this morning, but you're kind of looking down at the Piedmont of Virginia. Flattens out over there. But that's not our lot in life. This looks like it could teleport me to Katahdin, but I believe I'll follow the white blazes. It's a beautiful morning out here. Alright, here's the guillotine. The dark patches you see there is where they had a pretty big fire last fall. Closed the trail for a while. I'll be walking through that probably sometime today, we'll see. About 6.5 miles in for the day. Kind of going down right now. I was up pretty high this morning, but I did look at yesterday's numbers. Yesterday was a pretty big day for elevation gain. It's funny because my 3 biggest days have been in Virginia. You wouldn't think that with all the tall mountains in North Carolina and Tennessee, but I think part of the reason is as I've stretched my miles out, you got more opportunity for bigger numbers. But it does seem kind of odd that the 3 biggest ups have been in the flat state of Virginia, but it is what it is. Calling for a little rain maybe this afternoon. I believe if it does rain, I'm just going to let it rain on me. I think it'd feel better than the alternative. It's not as hot today as it was yesterday. But still plenty warm. I just started into this area that was burned last fall, and you can see some of the stuff that was already down. It's charred a little bit, it burned the leaves. You can see all the green coming back. Didn't really affect the healthy standing trees, but we'll see. Hey, you can kind of see about how high the fire got up in the trees. Typical eastern fires don't ever get into the tree crowns. It happens sometimes, but usually they'll just burn along the ground. They'll burn the stumps up a few feet. But green trees don't burn as readily, of course, as dead trees. But you can kind of see it was 10 or 12 feet up here. A little hotter than the first place I showed you. You can still smell the smoke smell out of the burnt wood. That burned the duff all the way to the ground there. And up there is where I just came from. Not sure if you can tell, but right there in the center, that's the parkway. You can see the James River down there. And down that way. And that's what I'll be going up in the morning. Yow. Nature wants to find a way. This bridge is pretty cool. The James River has its headwaters about 8 miles from my home. There's an old farmer there, he's gone now, but he called his farm the Dividing Waters Farm. His barn was built right on the divide, and he liked to say that the water that ran off the front of his barn formed the headwaters of the James, and the water that ran off the back of his barn formed the headwaters of the Potomac. I thought that was pretty cool, and I never said anything. But I drove by one day and I noticed there was actually a water pipe that ran from the front downspouts out to the back. So in truth, it was all going to the Potomac. All right, another day is done. Ended up being 17.3. It was a much easier hike than the day before. Turned out it was only about 2,800 feet of gain instead of 50 some. For the most part, trail was good. It was on nice grade. There was one or two steep little hills, but a lot of down to get down to the James River. But good day, not so hot. It was interesting going through that burned out area. I saw a lot of results I didn't know I'd see, so I learned a little bit. It's kind of neat. But another day in the books. You know, tomorrow we're going to do it again. We'll see you all then. Good night.